Hey, welcome everybody, François Letarte for my role-playing channel. And yeah, there's a lot of sun. And I want to make some sort of a comeback on the series of game I had and that was finished yesterday. It was streamed on my other French channel. It was a game of Jim Henson's Labyrinth. Yeah, and I wanted to come make some sort of my impression on how it went and how I did it. And yeah, first of all, you know, I had this game on my shelf since a couple of years, mostly since the year it came out. I bought it. My girlfriend is a big fan of the movie. I must admit, this is one of my favorite movies too, you know, at my top 20 for sure. The kind of movie I really enjoy rewatching. And having a role-playing game of that was intriguing. How could they do it? At first, when I first checked out the book, I saw the potential on how it works. Okay, there's no map of the labyrinth itself, but there are many scenes and many rooms that are described. By many, I mean many. There are probably 100 rooms. This is some sort of a 100-room dungeon in a sense. But you don't visit them all when you're playing, because when you are in the scene and if you resolve the problem that is there, usually, they depend on the scene, but most of the scenes you roll 1d6, as this is the number of pages you will flip through in the book to see where you end up next. And that's how you go through the labyrinth. So I think it was a very good idea, not having a static map, but just a series of scenes, and you don't know what to expect next. This is a surprise on every scene, and this is very exciting. The game system is, well, pretty simple, simplistic, I'd say. It's way too much. It's too much simple for my usual taste. But for something like Labyrinth, it works perfectly well. You don't have to go into the crunching numbers. It's a kind of a fairy tale, so it has to be pretty light. My impression by really running it is that I was able, though, to put some challenges and play with the numbers a little bit while staying with the core system. The core system is a D6, and you set up a difficulty number between 1 and 6. Usually 2, 3, 4, 5. Once in a while there's a 6 that is to be needed. And once in a while you might have advantage because you have a tool, you have a trait, something like that. You might have a flaw or something is bothering you, making you at disadvantage. Helping each other in a scene will lower the difficulty. Okay, there are some levers to work on a little bit, but it's very limited. So, but at the same time, like I said, this is a fairy tale. You don't have to go with a lot of rules. You know, the most important game mechanic is how you travel through the labyrinth, like I've explained a little earlier. I had 2 experiences prior that short campaign I've just finished that wasn't satisfying enough. The first one was with my kids. Problem is, we weren't playing often enough and every sessions weren't long enough. So we kind of lost track of what we were doing and we lost interest. I think the problem with my kids when it happened is that I did take the job too lightly. Okay, I think I never realized that game has some sort of a deepness to it, and taking it too lightly was not the way, because there was too much stuff to take care of and to keep track. Okay, too much events that are happening while you're traveling through this. I had my try on a convention last fall, thinking that I would be able to get that in 4 hours, which was not exactly the case. It was a good session of Labyrinth, but in the end I had to cut through some scenes to get through the end, to have for us to say that, yeah, we have finished Labyrinth. But in the end, well, it was going too fast, and well, felt that I passed by something that was essential to that. Labyrinth, this is a very ambient movie, okay? There's something about this. And there's a proper way to do it, and it's simply to take your time to get through every scenes and take the time to live through it, and have players who, well, it helps to have players who knows about the movie, because they will get more into it, into the mood of it, which I had the great pleasure to have in that small campaign. I had great players who knew their way around into making it Labyrinth-like. And on my side, it helped me really get the scenes into place and make it real. Okay, well, just to tell you about the characters, there was a Knight of Yore, which was a Noter, I think. This is the name in English. Who was searching for his turkey. Okay, his turkey is his steeds, and Jared took his turkey to cook it. So we had 13 hours to find turkey. Another player is a worm, which was called Little Weenie. Yeah, the knight was Sir Willimat. Little Weenie had lost a comb. So because the Goblin King Jared wanted to offer it to a loved one. That is the story. And finally, we had Ash, who didn't lose nothing, but he did want to follow his friends because he knew there was to be a party somewhere. His character was a fiery. In the movie, this is the ones who are kind of partying and removing their limbs, and can make fires with their hand. So we had a lot of fun with that. We got through every scene. We took the time to make them feel like we were going through the labyrinth. And it was fun because they were lucky with their dice rolls, with how they traveled through the labyrinth. Some key scenes, they were lucky enough with their dice. When they were unlucky, though, I did created consequences that make the story move forward. And once in a while, even though they didn't succeed, it put them into some sort of a position that they could take advantage on. So it was movie-like, okay? There are some problems in that game, in my opinion, that can be that you can get around quite easily. But the first one is that it feels like a game in a game in some scenes. For example, there's a scene that those players stumbled upon, and you had to play chess against some sort of a monster. But it's not your character playing chess; you're the player playing chess. So I think the first time I got to one of those scenes, I tried to put a chess board on screen, and at some point I just abandoned. So we lost, well, maybe between 5 to 10 minutes just setting up the chessboard. And in the end, I just said, well, fuck it, just role play it and make some rolls. And now it was way more interesting, because at that point it was the characters playing chess. So we kind of described what the character was doing. We rolled some dice, and then, okay, you succeeded, so yeah, you make a good move. And that's how we got through the scene. So there's the thing. There are random tables on every scene, which helps you a lot. Okay, it really helps you get the right mood in every scene. Okay, name for goblins, objects that they might find. Okay, so there's a lot of cool tools to help you get through the labyrinth and make it feel labyrinth. I don't think there's any scenes that didn't felt like we were in the movie, into that world. Yeah, so in the end, it was a very pleasant experience. Will I redo it again? I don't know. I have other projects, first of all. You can replay that game from the start because you might end up going through different scenes. Probably if you play it and you kind of begin the game often, you might in a sense get through some of the same scenes again. So yeah, at that point maybe it will be it might repeat itself, but at the same time this is a role-playing game, so anything can happen, anything can change, even if you're going through the same scenes. But I did it, and I consider that I'm satisfied now. Okay, we took the time to play it. Okay, so to get properly through the labyrinth without cutting down too much, okay? I didn't say I was straight with everything that was in the book. Sometimes I had to fudge scenes narratively, not with the dice, of course, but I had to fudge some scenes to make it match what was going on. And of course, there's so much element that are appearing throughout their exploration that it's easy to take some earlier elements and put it back more in the end, like an NPC that I have used that appeared in a couple of the first scenes. It was pretty interesting to put that NPC in the end. It was a lady, and well, I decided that the comb that the Goblin King has stolen from our little friend the worm, he wanted to give it to her. So she, by the end, she was with the group exploring the last castle, and stuff happened, and there was a fight in the kitchen. Her dress got stained, so she had to find another dress. At some point she separated from the group to get some dress. But it was interesting because when they confronted Jared in the end, well, the lady itself just came to the scene, entered the scene with a new dress. So it was kind of a good lever for the players to play with to it in order to win the situation and be victorious into what they were searching for in the labyrinth. It was great. It was great. And do I want to replay it again? Like I said, I don't think so, but never say never. I might come back with it, and I have the feel that, yeah, I'd like to do it again. Maybe it's not impossible because this is a pretty cool game. But since I was able to close it properly, I can say, yeah, I got through the labyrinth. Okay, I had my own adventure. I have my memories of that. There's an actual play. It's on my other channel, so people may watch it, so we can get through it once again just by watching the game if needed. But I was able to do it. So this is a pretty cool game, Jim Henson's Labyrinth. This is pretty cool. If you take the time, if you're not in a hurry, we were able to get through it, well, about between 7 hours, 7 hours and a half. To properly do it. So prepare yourself to get through that. One of the comments I had from the players, he felt that before reaching the Goblin City, he wasn't feeling that he was progressing. Okay, maybe that's something to take note of. If I have to play it again for some reasons, I might try to show that there's some progress, but at the same time, at the defense of the concept. This is a labyrinth. This is meant to be confusing. This is meant to discourage the adventurers that gets through them. Jared is there to slow you and tear you down. Okay, so this is the deal here. So in the defense of the concept, I think they're doing it right. Is it pleasant to play? This is another subject. Maybe if you're the kind of player who really wants to see progress and how you're doing well, this might be a little discouraging. Okay, so yeah, is it good? Well, if you're talking about game-wise, is it good? It all depends on your taste in the game, but I think in the defense of the concept, I think they did it right. Okay, I think they really make you feel that you're really lost into somewhere, and you're getting through different scenes with weird stuff happening. And yeah, when you reach Goblin City, you have a feeling that you're near. Okay, so that's what he felt. This is a good point. Like I said, in the defense of the concept, I think the game is well made. Maybe while playing it, there might be some hints that could be implemented, like, well, you're getting nearer. Some NPCs might have clues to encourage the players, but otherwise than that, okay, this is a pretty good game. Okay, if you want something light, but like, don't do what I did with my kids. Don't take it lightly. This is a light game. This is a light-hearted game, but this is not a light game. This is a complex world where you have to live through every scenes, and just take the time to follow the instructions on every scenes. Take advantage of the different tables they give you in the scenes and elsewhere in the book, because there are tables for everything elsewhere, and you'll see the magic will happen. So that was my impression on Jim Henson's Labyrinth by River Horse Publication. François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.